We have never stopped with partnership. As we are saying that the Inkosi Albert Luthuli International Convention Center was established through a partnership between government and private sector. So we never stopped in doing that. We've got several projects that we have done with business. We've got a project which is called River Horse Valley, which is a strip of land that belonged to the municipality, where we had a partnership with Tonga Hewlett and other stakeholders to develop River Horse Valley. And we now have a lot of small and big industries that have established there. Mainly those industries are in the distribution and logistics and also small manufacturers. That helped the city to generate more revenue in the form of rates, and also for those businesses paying for services that are, like electricity, waste removal, water, and so on. Another partnership is in the place called Bridge City, which is a multi-purpose development, which also serves as a connector between the African community and the Indian community. It is in KwaMashu. It's a multi-purpose development. We've got a partnership there with private sector again, where we are providing some of the basic infrastructure required for the project to take off, and also private sector is coming in to invest in that particular area. And in terms of that investment, we have seen growth. It has taken us more than 20 years to attract investors, but we have seen people now starting to buy piece of land to invest in that particular area. Another one is Konupia development, another multi-use, multi-purpose development, where you have small industries, residential, including shopping centers. But part of it also looks at providing social services to communities who are below middle income. So it's part of a major investment by the city and national government, including private sector. So we have invested billions of rands in that project. Last example that I can use is the Point Waterfront development, where we are having a partnership with Malaysians. But we are talking about which areas where we still have opportunities for partnership.
And as you want to highlight that, right now we've got a situation where, as Durban, you face the same challenge as South Africa as a country as a whole. Economic growth is low, business confidence is also low, foreign direct investment coming into this country is not as it should be. These partnerships that you're talking about, successful projects that you've got on the table, great. For the partnerships that you're looking to broker in the future, business is asking, what's in it for us? What kind of incentives are you offering them? What is the offering you're putting on the table?
Well, we've got, in as much as I cannot go into details about the package itself, but we've got a rates policy. We've got a rates and rebates policy from the municipality that talks about levels of investment and how do we support investors in terms of rate rebates. That's one. Secondly, we've got certain pockets of strategic land that is available, which is the Virginia Airport land, where we want to relocate that airport to another part of the city. We want to have a multi-use development in that area. It will be a coastal development. We also have the Centrum site, which is a very big site ready for development. It is in the middle of the city center. We are looking for partnership with private sector. City will be injecting money in terms of infrastructure, basic infrastructure that is required for both sides. Thirdly, we are working in the south of Durban, where we are working with Toyota, because we want to help establish and emerging businesses who are suppliers to Toyota. They've got new models that they'll be launching in 2022. So we need to ensure that the site for the plant to manufacture components required by Toyota is ready in 3 years' time. So these are some of the partnerships and projects that are already available. But besides that, there is quite a lot of projects that are done by private sector. but where we come in terms of fast-tracking applications for construction sites. I must say that our turnaround has improved by more than 80% on construction sites, the approvals for that. Also in terms of zoning and also in terms of plans, town planning schemes, we have improved a lot. I think there we have improved about 70% in terms of turnarounds, because we have created offices that are specifically dealing with major investments in the city.
Right. But I'm sure you will agree with the statement that a lot more can be done, because as a country we do sit quite low when it comes to the ease of doing business. But moving forward, and just to bring it back to one of the other major themes of this Shape Durban conference being the role of young people, what is the role of young people in the city of Durban, the city Ethekwini's future?
Well, in all the projects that I've mentioned, including the strategic parcels of land that I've mentioned, we want the involvement of women and youth. That's one. Two, we want the involvement of African community in general. But youth and women, we are very specific about that. So we want them to come in. So these are multi-billion rands projects, and they are long-term projects. They are sustainable. Secondly, professional services. We want young people to come in major projects to provide professional services. There is a lot of money that is in the professional services, not necessarily on the construction, but people like engineers, architects, lawyers, accountants are required when you set up the project. And we also want young people to come in, even if they are not business people, but they come in as analysts, as academics, people who can advise the city on how do we move forward and how do we involve young people in projects. That will require young people themselves to be part of these discussions, part of the initiatives, and we must regularize that. There must be an institutional review so that we ensure that they are part of the process.